Well, keep plugging away. And I can't say this enough, and so I keep repeating it, but the power of that vomit draft of just saying, I'm going to make a mess. I mean, this is Jackson Pollock, who was famous for his splattered paint stuff, that we all look at and we're like,
Yeah,
well, I could do that. But it's like, okay, this is a mess, right? Like, this is literally paint dripped and drizzled and thrown at a piece of masonite.
yeah.
And you look at that and you're like, that's a mess. That's what our first draft should look like. The first draft should be this kind of mess. And then you take this and you turn it into this. Even this, the Mona Lisa, like Leonardo da Vinci, he painted over this multiple times. He did sketches. He did all sorts of foundational work before he did this. And even when he did this, it's not like it just came out. He worked on this for years.
Yeah.
And speaking of procrastination, I was reading Walter Isaacson's book on Da Vinci and said that he would go in to paint, and sometimes he would sit there for 5 hours looking at the painting, doing nothing. And then he'd get up and he'd make one paint stroke and he'd go home. And that was it. That's all he did for the day. And
I
so some of these paintings took years, but
yeah. I
it's
think
that's how
that
we make a
quote's attributed.
masterpiece.
So sorry. I think that quote is attributable to Leonardo da Vinci. That one about every masterpiece is created one stroke at a time, and I'm sure it was in Italian or in Latin, but that it's been attributed to him.
Hmm.
Uh, so there's the inspiration.
But I've just seen so many authors get hung up on, oh, I need to just sit down and paint the Mona Lisa, just
Oh,
from zero to Mona Lisa. That's how a book is written. It's just like, that is not how we write books. It's a big mess and we splatter stuff all over the place and then we start cleaning it up and it goes through a lot of steps.
that's helpful. That is really helpful.
And so that's why
I
I say,
think,
even with the 15 minutes a day,
yeah,
even if you're just like, I just need to get one splatter on there, just one idea, one thing, something down, some note, some idea. I don't need to make it sound good. I don't need to write. I just need to make a note of that idea
yeah.
and get that down. You do that every day and it builds up. And after 2 or 3 months, you're like, wow, look at this. I got like 60 pages of notes here. Now I just need to organize this.